Imagine walking through a moonlit forest when suddenly the night air fills with an eerie silence. There you are, in the heart of the forest of Dean, wrapped in the comforting cloak of nightfall. The trees, towering and stoic, whisper ancient secrets as their branches sway gently in the breeze. But then, the tranquility is shattered. A pair of glowing eyes pierces the darkness, locking onto yours with unsettling intensity. The hiker, let's call him John, feels a rush of adrenaline as the stillness of the night is broken by a low, menacing growl. His heart pounds in his chest, the sound seemingly as loud as the rustling leaves underfoot. With every instinct screaming to flee, John stands frozen, the eerie glow from those unblinking eyes holding him in place. The forest, once a place of peace and natural beauty, now hosts a palpable tension. Shadows seem to move of their own accord, and every little sound is magnified. In that chilling moment, the forest no longer felt welcoming. Legends often tell of monsters that lurk in shadows, but what happens when these legends leap into reality? Nestled amidst the rugged landscapes of Cornwall lies the infamous Bodmin Moor, a place where the mists seem to whisper ancient secrets. Among these is the tale of the Beast of Bodmin Moor, a creature that has captured the imagination and fear of locals and visitors alike for decades. The story of the beast takes us back to a chilly evening in the late 1990s. A couple seeking adventure and the tranquility of nature decided to camp on the vast, desolate moor. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the moor transformed. The familiar became alien, and every sound seemed amplified in the silent expanse. As night enveloped their campsite, the rustling of the wind was suddenly accompanied by an unfamiliar, soft padding sound. Peering out from their tent, the couple's flashlight beam cut through the darkness, revealing the reflective eyes of a large, panther-like creature just yards away. Its coat was a sleek, deep black, muscles rippling under the moonlight as it moved with a predatory grace. Frozen in disbelief, the man whispered, "It's the beast," recalling the tales they had scoffed at earlier that day. The creature, seemingly undisturbed by their presence, continued to prowl around the site, its eyes glinting with a curious intelligence. The couple, gripped by a primal fear, remained motionless, barely daring to breathe. Minutes stretched like hours until the beast, perhaps satisfied with its inspection, turned and vanished into the night as silently as it had appeared. The couple, shaken to their core, hastily packed up their belongings. Every shadow seemed to come alive, and every noise was the beast, stalking them as they made their way back to their car. The encounter left them with a profound sense of vulnerability, a reminder of the wild, untamed forces that exist just beyond the reach of our headlights. As they fled, the moor's whispers seemed to echo with the creature's silent footsteps. Not all predators prowl in the vast wilderness. Some roam much closer to our homes. In the heart of Surrey, a tale that stirs the air with whispers of a mysterious creature has persisted for decades. Known as the Surrey puma, this elusive feline has been a specter in the English countryside since the 1960s, with sightings peaking in recent years. One evening under a crescent moon, a local farmer encountered what he believed to be the infamous puma. As he patrolled his property, a sudden rustle from the underbrush caught his attention. There, illuminated by the beam of his flashlight, were the reflective eyes of a large cat, its sleek coat melding into the shadows. The farmer, armed only with his courage and a sturdy walking stick, stood frozen as the creature eyed the penned sheep just yards away. The standoff was palpable, the air charged with a silent duel of wills. The puma, with a low, menacing growl, seemed to weigh its options, its tail flicking with calculated intent. Deciding against confrontation, the creature turned, its muscular body moving with a graceful yet eerie silence, disappearing into the night as quickly as it had appeared. The farmer, heart pounding, could only watch as the shadowy figure retreated, leaving behind a chilling reminder of the wild that still claims its stake in our modern world. The farmer was left staring into the night, pondering the existence of a predator in the shadows. Sometimes the brush of a mystery is enough to send shivers down the spine. In the verdant, expansive countryside of Lincolnshire, a tale lurks in the shadows, whispering of the unexpected. It was an overcast day, heavy with the promise of rain, when a local jogger, whom we'll call Sarah, decided to tread the well-worn paths of her beloved woods. What began as a routine jog, however, soon twisted into a spine-tingling encounter. As Sarah's feet rhythmically hit the gravel, a prickling sensation crept up her neck. It was an instinctual alert, a warning that eyes were watching. She paused, heart pounding, scanning the dense underbrush that bordered the path. The stillness was uncanny, broken only by the distant call of a crow. That's when she saw it, a large shadowy figure that moved with the grace of a well-versed predator. For a moment, time stood still. The figure, with the sleek silhouette of a big cat, darted through the underbrush, its coat melding into the dark hues of the forest. Sarah, fueled by a mix of fear and awe, made the instinctive decision to turn and sprint towards safety, the sound of her own breath loud in her ears. Back in the safety of her home, her mind raced. Was what she saw truly a lynx, an elusive predator, long thought to be extinct in these parts? Or was it merely a trick of light and shadow? What was it that moved with such ghostly silence through the trees? Adrenaline is nature's way of saying run, and sometimes that's the only option. In the verdant, sprawling wilds of Northumberland, a mountain biker named Tom found this out the hard way. It was a day like any other, with the sun casting long shadows through the dense trees, the air crisp and invigorating. Tom was there for the rugged trails, seeking the thrill that only a steep, winding path could offer. As he pedaled vigorously, Tom noticed something unusual. The birds that were chirping merrily moments ago had suddenly gone silent. An eerie stillness fell over the woods. He paused, listening intently, then heard it. A low, rumbling growl that seemed to vibrate through the air. His heart skipped a beat. It was then that he saw them, the piercing eyes watching him from the underbrush. Instinct kicked in. Tom knew he had unwittingly invaded a territory guarded by one of Britain's most elusive predators, the big cat. With no time to ponder his options, he did what his instincts screamed at him to do. He rode. He rode like the wind, gears shifting frantically, the sound of his own breath loud in his ears alongside the snapping of twigs and the rustle of leaves behind him. Every second felt like an hour, every shadow seemed to leap. The chase was on, and survival was the prize. His legs burned, his lungs ached, but fear propelled him faster than he had ever gone before. The chase ended at the edge of the woods, but the memory would forever race in his mind. Across the UK, the shadows of the unknown stir tales of fear and fascination. As we journey through the mist-covered landscapes and overgrown paths of Britain, we've uncovered stories not just of survival, but of the eerie encounters that linger in the minds of those who've witnessed them. From the beast of Bodmin Moor to the lynx of Lincolnshire, each tale adds a stitch to the rich tapestry of local myth and legend. These encounters, often shrouded in mystery, challenge our understanding of what prowls in the secluded parts of our world. The Surrey puma and the chase that ensued paint a vivid picture of the fine line between civilization and the wild unknown. For those who've come face to face with these elusive creatures, the experience transcends a mere sighting. It becomes a haunting memory, a chilling reminder of the wild's untamed nature. The psychological impact on these individuals is profound. Each rustle in the underbrush or snap of a twig carries a heavier weight, a whisper of the wild that once stared back at them through the darkness. These experiences weave themselves into the fabric of local folklore, influencing not just tales by the fireside, but also how communities understand and manage their natural surroundings. As we contemplate these stories, they raise questions about the boundaries between human habitats and those of the wild creatures we seldom see. As we peer into the darkness of the British countryside, we wonder what peers back. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the shadows of the UK. As we roll the credits, think back on the chilling encounters we've shared today. Have you or someone you know ever crossed paths with the unknown? Dare to share your tales in the comments below. And if you thirst for more stories that tangle the spine, do subscribe and tap the bell. Never miss a chance to dive deep into the mysteries that lurk in the corners of our world. Stay curious and keep your eyes wide open. You never know what you might see.